Rewriting the Official History, presented by Nevada Smith.
Hi, I'm Nevada Smith, adventurous archaeologist and historian. Join me on this adventure, and let's rewrite the story you were told at school. Come with me to travel the world looking for clues that help us decipher the mysteries of history, which no one dared to tell you. Embark with me on this adventure, and with the help of artificial intelligence, open your eyes to a new reality. Good day. Today we are going to talk about something that marked humanity, something that remained anchored in the DNA of our ancestors. An event that changed the world and its relationship with nature. We are talking about the prehistoric flood. As we will see in this video, all over the world there are references to a great flood that restarted civilization, destroying everything that came before and forcing humanity to reinvent itself. It is difficult to think that civilizations without contact refer to this fact in their tradition without it having a certain credibility. Therefore, we have to assume that there was a prehistoric flood that ravaged civilizations and reset the clock of humanity. Let's start with the most well-known biblical story of Noah. This myth is one of the most well-known in the world. The world was full of evil and violence, and God was angry with humanity. He decided to destroy it by sending a flood. But God found a just and pious man named Noah and decided to save him.
God of the Jews.
I saw that the world was not going well. Remember Sodom and Gomorrah, too much perversion and lust. I decided to finish with the humans and start over, but I met Noah and he made me a little more benevolent.
God ordered Noah to build an ark and to take with him his family and a pair of each species of animal. Noah obeyed God and built the ark. When the flood began, Noah and his family climbed into the ark with the animals.
Noah, the constructor.
When God told me his plan, it seemed impossible, but with faith and hard work I managed not only to build the ark, but also to gather the pairs of animals.
Flood lasted 40 days and 40 nights and covered the entire world. When the flood ended, the ark landed on Mount Ararat. Noah and his family left the ark and began to repopulate the earth.
Wife of Noah.
It's an incredible adventure. Suddenly your husband tells you to leave everything behind and get on a smelly ark full of animals. There were even rats, and in the end you end up on a lost mountain with no coverage. The truth is that this can only be explained because I loved my husband very much.
God made a covenant with Noah and promised that he would never again destroy the world with a flood. The next myth we are going to analyze is the Greek myth of the flood of Deucalion and Pyrrha. God Zeus was so angry with humanity for their wickedness that he decided to destroy them all by sending a flood.
God Zeus.
Men are always the same. How could I not get angry? Living with them is like being eternally at a 5-year-old's birthday party. It's all fighting, crying, and screaming. What else could I do?
But Zeus found a just and pious man named Deucalion and decided to save him. Deucalion and Pyrrha, sons of Prometheus, were warned by their father, the Titan Prometheus, that Zeus was going to send a flood.
God Prometheus.
I had to warn them. It is in my nature to help man, and in this case it was important that the human race survived the wrath of Zeus.
Deucalion to build an ark, and to take with him his wife Pirha, and a pair of each species of animal.
Deucalion.
My mission was difficult, but I fulfilled it with honor. The human race was able to survive thanks to my efforts and those of my wife.
They were able to build an ark to survive the flood. When the flood ended, the ark landed on Mount Parnassus. After the flood, Deucalion and Pirha threw stones over their shoulders, and these stones turned into humans. Stones that Deucalion threw turned into men, and the stones that Pirha threw turned into women. In this way, humanity was recreated.
Pirha.
I had no choice. Either I threw the stone too, or this world would be filled with macho men with their testosterone. Someone had to put some intelligence and good taste into the human race.
The myth of the flood of Deucalion and Pirha is a very ancient myth. It is believed to have originated in Greek culture. But it has also been found in other cultures, such as Roman and Celtic. Although, due to the time and geographical proximity, it could have been inspired by the biblical Noah. To understand these myths and their origins, we must delve into the era of the Sumerians and learn about the myth of the flood of Utnapishtim. The myth is found on a cuneiform clay tablet called the Epic of Gilgamesh. In Sumerian mythology, the world was full of evil and violence. People had become so wicked that Enlil, the god of heaven and air, decided to destroy them by sending a flood. He, the god of wisdom and magic, took pity on the humans and decided to save a just and pious man named Utnapishtim by warning him of the flood.
God and Lil God Sumerian.
It is clear that the three gods have had enough of humanity, but the first, the original, the authentic, that is me, the rest are mere imitations of my great idea, the best for dirt, water, and more water.
Utnapishtim built an ark and took his family, animals, and seeds on board. The flood lasted for 40 days and 40 nights. The water covered the entire world, and the only survivors were Utnapishtim and the animals that were on the ark. When the flood ended, the ark landed on Mount Nisir.
Utnapishtim, the chosen one of the gods.
They asked me to build a boat, but all I had built was a clay tablet. But I did put in some seeds. Without the seeds, tell me how life would be restored. The rest were just losers who didn't realize this.
Utnapishtim and the animals left the ark and began to repopulate the earth. The flood devastated the world, but Utnapishtim and those with him survived. After the flood, the gods took Utnapishtim and his wife to the Garden of the Gods, where they were rewarded with immortality. This myth is believed to have originated in Sumerian culture, but it has also been found in other cultures, such as Akkadian, Babylonian, and Assyrian. After these three stories, it seems clear that the myth originated in Sumer, and from there spread to Greece, passing through the Hebrews. This myth exists in North America, South America, in Asia, in Oceania, in Japan, in Australia, and even in Norse mythology. But we will see that in the next chapter.